Hey there superstars, it is Vanessa here again, your speaker, trainer and coach from Live, Love, Give, and today I am bringing you yet another message. And today's message I'm feeling really inspired by because I had the absolute pleasure of getting to meet one of my amazing clients slash I'd like to call an amazing friend here in the flesh in beautiful Melbourne, although it's been kind of wet, stormy, dark Melbourne all day today. Not really summer, but that's what us Melburnians are kind of used to. But ultimately, why I'm inspired to deliver today's message to you guys is really based on some of the conversation that I was having with this incredible human being. And really, it was all about, part of the conversation was about, not beating yourself up for the things that you think you did wrong, which so many of us do. We can get totally caught up in thinking and all this regret about the way that we handled something, the way that we operated, the choice and the decision that we made. And ultimately, we end up just in this self-defeat and we're not really growing. And what the name of the game really ultimately is if we know that the past is the past, like we can't change what's been and done, right? And also coupled with the fact that there's always duality available to us. You can see all negatives if you want, but in actual fact, that's only one side of the equation ever. There's always a positive element to everything that we do. If we think that something is only bad, we're really living in a fantasy. Just as we are when thinking that something or someone is only ever good, it ends up being a false reality. So for any of us who are kind of struggling with different decisions that we've made and we're regretting something, I want us to think about it way more intelligently. And part of emotional intelligence and empowering yourself to live at your highest potential is being able to see a new perspective. Perspective is the currency of your potential. Perspective is the most valuable thing, probably apart from time, that you could ever hope to have. And even if you have lots of time, ideally it's because you're wanting to utilize that in a realm of getting a better perspective on life, on the things that you do. And so say you've got a situation in your life where maybe you feel like, say it's been a relationship and it's gone on over time and you've ended up in a position where you're just really not happy. And guaranteed they're not happy either. If you're not happy, they're not happy. So just keep that one in mind, because so many of us stay trapped in relationships because we think we're doing the right thing by another person when we're not. But ultimately, say we're in that situation and we've gotten to this point in time where we're no longer in a good quality relationship, we're just become kind of roommates, or if we can be that, and we're just in a position where we know we're not living to our highest potential. We've got no real great communication, no intimacy, no trust, all these different elements of what makes an extraordinary quality of relationship. We've lost that alignment and we've gotten to a point where we're regretting the actions and inactions that we've taken. But what does that do to us? Does that energize you? Does that motivate you? For some people, that conception of pain, that can actually allow us to get energized and get into action and make some shifts and changes. But if it's draining you, then what you need to do is realize that your whole experience and perception of life is generated in your mind, right? So it's your perception. So if you're seeing this as all bad and it's had this terrible effect and you're not happy with those results, what you could do is doing what you're probably doing as human beings, which is just kind of regretting and kind of seeing all the bad things and all the things you should have done and you didn't do. Or you could take a new perspective. And instead of regretting things, you can see how you've actually done the right thing. Maybe doing the wrong thing has been actually you doing the right thing in disguise. So I want to explain it in a way that it's not just about like sugarcoating poor behavior, sugarcoating bad decisions or whatever. I'm trying to get you to a state of empowerment. So looking at, that situation, say it's a relationship situation that we're using as the example, you could instead look at where that's leading you to now. All those challenges that you've been through, how have they actually been leading you to where you are currently or where you're going to? How have those experiences given you deeper insight into who you are, what you want, the challenge, the kind of quality of relationship you're willing to and not willing to go into, learning about different human beings and all sorts of value that is there. And I mean, if I can use some examples that just pop into mind right now. For instance, you guys have been following my journey for a little while, at least how long I've been traveling at least. You would know that I met somebody before I went away and I wasn't going to see them until after my 3 months, but then they really insisted on wanting to come and meet me, and I kind of knew it wasn't going to be good timing, coming out of a silent meditation retreat and all sorts of stuff. But, who doesn't want somebody to come meet them in France and have a brilliant adventure together, right? So I kind of just let that go to the side, and it ended up being the most challenging 3 weeks of my entire life and his. It was seriously challenging what we were kind of trying to navigate during that period of time, because we just weren't in the right mindsets to be able to think about relationship at that time. And I could look at that situation and be like, oh, see, I knew I shouldn't have let him come over. I should have made a different decision there. I should have trusted my gut, blah, 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 blah. But instead I choose to look at how much intensive growth I got with that 3 weeks. And if he hadn't have come over, me doing the wrong thing, letting him maybe come over, if he hadn't have, I wouldn't have had that immense growth and it wasn't too pleasurable at the time, right? It was challenging and painful for everybody involved, but it's given me so much. It was kind of this growing, boom, major growth curve in my life. And I would have missed out on that had I made a different decision, which ultimately would have been out of fear. I would have been making a fearful decision. I don't know if I'll be all right, So at the end of the day, it's become the right decision, even though I've thought, oh no, this was the wrong thing. But instead, I choose a mindset of growth and I see the value. Anybody can find what's wrong with something, but it takes effort, and it takes getting outside of our, normal wiring to actually find the benefits. And particularly if you're somebody who struggles with guilt, or even shame, guilt comes from doing something, right, that you feel really hurt or it had a negative impact on somebody else, right? So you feel guilty about it. But how about you get outside, because guilt doesn't serve you. Guilt is just diminishing your self-belief. It is bringing you down. It's making you play life small. It is, putting you in scarcity instead of growth and abundance. So, we don't want that, right? So what we need to do is then see the other side. And a lot of the work of the brilliant Dr. Demartini, he does a whole course on this that I've been to, which is the Breakthrough Experience. You can even purchase the book, and he will take you through a process that will allow you to ultimately just shift perspectives and see that everything is available to you. And if you're feeling guilt or shame or pain or regret, it's only because you're seeing all negatives to yourself and to other people. And all it takes for you to get into a state of empowerment is to sit down and do the work to find the other side. See how you making that decision that you regret ultimately served you, is serving others, has served others. What are the benefits of you doing that? What have you learned? How has it allowed you to grow? What opportunities has it presented for other people to grow and expand and all sorts of stuff? And with that kind of power, Wow, like that is how you are going to grow yourself to your highest capacity. You're going to contribute at your highest capacity. You are going to live your most fulfilled life, and you're going to get out of victim mentality, which is like, oh, I did the wrong thing, poor me and poor them. And then you just stay stuck in your limitations. And you and I both know that you're way better than that. And you've got so much more to give than that. So we are the masters of our absolute destiny, and it starts with our perspective. So I'm really hoping that me sharing this with you guys today is of value, and it does get you thinking about, where are your limitations? Where are those perspectives that you've currently got about what you've done, or what you haven't done in your life, maybe, for instance, or what you feel guilty about in your life, or shameful or regretful. And ultimately just sit down, literally get some piece of paper and a pen, and identify what are those things that you're regretting, feeling guilt, feeling shame, feeling blame about as well. And ultimately, write down, what is it? Identify it, get clear on it, get clear on all the things that are doing that for you. Realize that they are they're like bricks tied to your ankles at the bottom of a pond. They are keeping you in drowning mode, right? And so what we want to do is snip the ropes, right? And we want to come back up to the surface, and we want to breathe again. We want to thrive. We want to expand. We want to get beyond what's been pulling us down. And so instead, write down, what's the other side? If you had to force yourself to find what are the benefits of everything playing out exactly as it has. What has been the benefit to me? What has been the benefit to anybody else involved in that situation that you feel has been negatively impacted? Find the benefits. I guarantee you they are there, and I guarantee you they are your ticket to freedom and fulfillment. So definitely hoping that this message has served you and resonated. I can't wait to check in with you guys and see who's been able to join me live. So make sure that you are saying hi, drop me a comment, tell me where in the world you're tuning in from. I always love hearing that. If you've got any questions, comments, feedback, all of it, now's the time to drop it below so I get to engage with you. And definitely for you guys tuning in afterwards, I still love hearing from you guys, and I promise I'll get back to you guys if you write any questions or say hi. So who have I got? I've got Oscar's in the house. I love it. Good to see you, my friend. And Judy and Richard. Hello, Richard. And Carolina and Narisha. That's a beautiful name. I love it. And Richard, pain is temporary, glory is forever. Boom. I like it. Good mindset. And Vanessa, happy birthday, beautiful. Good to see you here. Hope you're having a brilliant day. And Fredo's here, and Victoria, yay. And Billy is here, and Richard in Las Vegas. Boom. One of my favorite places in the world. I've only been to Vegas one and only time mid last year. Oh my God, that place is just like an adult's playground. Brilliant place in the world. So love that you're from there, Richard. So I absolutely hope you guys were served with today's message. It'll definitely get you thinking about all those limiting things that you're putting, all those limiting perspectives that you're placing on yourself that are really keeping you stuck and small, and instead do the work. It might take you 30 minutes to sit down and identify, those limiting negative perspectives that are really beating down on your self-esteem, and go about finding the other side. I guarantee you it is there. And for extra work, if you'd like to do it, definitely pick up a copy of Dr. John Demartini's book, The Breakthrough Experience, or if you're really lucky, get yourself to one of his incredible events. The Breakthrough Experience is a really great place to start. I'm going to get to, I can't wait. I'm trying to find and see when I'm going to do this, but I am going to go to his 7-day prophecy course, which is, oh my God, I know it will blow my mind. I've done his Master Planning for Life, his Breakthrough Experience. I've gotten to interview him a couple of times. If you guys want to watch an amazing interview that I've done with him, let me know. I'll drop you a link to check it out. It will blow your mind. And also, this prophecy course is like a 7-day event, which I don't know if I'm going to go to Houston or if I'm going to go to South Africa, or I'll wait till he gets to Australia. Probably not, because it's at the end of next year. That's way too far away. But it'll dive into, and of course I can't wait to share all the golden nuggets with you guys, but it'll dive into each of the 7 areas of life and how to master each area, you know, health, finances, relationships, all sorts of stuff. So I can't wait to share all of that with you guys. And Vanessa, you're so welcome, beautiful, and awesome, Richard, and Bina, nice to see you live, and thanks for your lovely wisdom always, Bina, and it's always a pleasure to see you join. And Vanessa, the interview would be good to watch. Oh, I love that. I'll definitely drop you a link after I sign off. Can't wait to hear how you find that. And thanks so much for joining me, you guys. You rock my world. And as always, I'm sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, and you're doing something super empowering. And definitely today's message has served you. I'm signing off. I'm sending you guys all of my love, and I'll see you all tomorrow.